Hello and welcome to College Algebra. This is spring 2025 and I am Meredith Ratliff, your instructor for this course. You can call me Miss Ratliff, Dr. Ratliff, hey you, whatever works. If you want to reach me, Canvas and texting are the best way to go. So the messaging in Canvas, I think I've got the notifications fixed. It should give me a notification in my phone and I can respond right away. And then texting is great if like you're in the homework and you're stuck on a problem and you want to text me like what the problem is and say, hey, I'm stuck on this. What am I doing wrong? What's the next step? I can help you. Generally, I'm available, so I can usually help you right then, and then that way you're not stuck in the homework. So if you are stuck on something or need help, it helps to send me a picture because I'm not always at my desk to be able to pull up what the assignment is. You can also send me quick tests like, hey, you said you were gonna, publish that review today and I don't see it, things like that. So texting is great for quick questions or if you want me to see what you're doing, because it's a little bit easier to do pictures in texting than Canvas. If you have a longer question, you might want to put it in Canvas or something like you want me to go check your assignment grade or something like that. I usually do that when I'm in Canvas, so the messages are good there. But anyway, just reach out. If you send me an email in Outlook to like my email address, I only check that a couple times a week, so I'm not going to be as fast to respond to that. I try, but I don't always check that every day. So Canvas is the better way to go. All right. We're gonna have live sessions Tuesday at 5:30. So that's where we are going to work together on some of the problems. The module videos that we're gonna see in a minute kind of go over the basics, and in the live session we go over some of the problems like you're gonna see in the homework. So we get a little bit more advanced than what the module videos do. I highly recommend that you come live. First of all, just because I like to see you and I don't like to talk to myself. But also, I think students get more out of it if it's live and you can ask questions right then and there. But if you can't come live, I will record it and you can watch the recording. It's not mandatory, but I highly recommend you either attend live or watch the recording. Students tend to struggle with the homework if they don't do one or the other. I'll, off, I'll also have office hours Friday at noon. So that's just where you can pop in and ask questions. You can ask a quick question and jump back out again, or you can come in and say, I don't understand, section 4.4 at all. Can you explain it to me? And we can sit down for a while. So that's just to help you with whatever you need help with for the office hours. It'll kick me out after 40 minutes if nobody is on. So try to come in the first half of that. But I'll stay on like as long as I can and as long as people have questions. All right, so make sure you go through all this on your own. I'm not going to go through everything in the course. This is the big one, right? So we've got homework, we've got weekly check, and we've got projects. The homework is what is in Pearson. We'll talk about that in a minute. The weekly check, these are very basic problems or very kind of like basic questions that you should be able to do after watching the module videos. I've tailored them to kind of answer questions or cover issues that students tend to have that ask me questions about or places that they get tripped up. And it gives you like immediate feedback on those. So I would start with the weekly check and just make sure that you understood what was going on in the module videos before you go to the homework, because the weekly check should be easier than the homework. All right. And then the projects are kind of like real world applications. Some of them are just review and extra practice. And you'll see those, we'll look at those in the modules as well. You've got 3 tests and a final. You can drop one of the 3 tests, but you cannot drop the final. The final is mandatory and cumulative. You can read through this all on your own. And a few more things. We've got a tutoring link here. Hopefully that's still active this semester. If not, there's directions on how to find it. There's and the tutors at Valencia are great. You can also go to the on-campus tutors as well. They're very good at college algebra, so it's one of their main courses. So they're all generally pretty good. For calculators, it's not mandatory for this class. I actually teach the class in a way where you don't have to have a calculator, but they definitely can be helpful for some of the things that we do, and you can check answers and things. If you don't have a graphing calculator, then you definitely want to have a scientific calculator. It needs to have a log button on it, LOG. If you have a scientific calculator, then you can get through the course okay. If you have a graphing calculator, it's probably helpful, but not necessary. If you have any disabilities or you're working to document disabilities, please let me know. And then academic honesty, I'm kind of a like I believe in this, and I've had some issues the last few semesters. So please just do your own work. If you do your homework and you do the reviews and you just keep up with the class, you're going to be okay on the tests. And if you're not okay on one of the tests, you get one to drop anyway. So everybody has a couple rough weeks here and there. Just take the test, see how you do. Maybe you do better than you hoped. If not, it's a drop. And then you're going to catch up in the next section. So the most important thing here is just do your work and you're going to be okay. All right, let's look at the modules. So everything is laid out here. I have the projects up at the front. I might actually have to adjust the dates on that. I'm gonna have to look and see. But those are all the projects are here, and then I'm also going to put them into the correct week. I just have to see, every semester is a little bit different, so I've got to see which week they fall into. You've got the welcome videos here. That's going to be this video that you're already watching, and how to connect to Pearson. That video might be a little bit outdated, but I can't see what you guys see, so um, let me know if that's not helping you, and I'll see if I can figure out a way to record a new one. But hopefully that still helps you connect to Pearson. You have to go through Canvas the first time you connect to Pearson. Okay, please don't try to go directly to their website and then ask me for a code. You have to go through Canvas the first time. Here, you're going to see the Zoom links for our live session and our office hours, and then you're also going to see a Google document that's got the recording, and if they're available, I'll have the notes there. So if you can't come live, you can watch the recording, or if you want to go back to the recording later, they'll all be in this Google document. All right, and then if you look, all the weeks are laid out, so you've got everything that you need here. So the weeks are generally each of these, each section. I have my videos in there, and sometimes there's like a practice thing that doesn't count as a grade, it's optional. But my videos are in there. They're generally anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, and that's what we would cover in like a traditional lecture. So you're going to go through that material on your own, and then for the live session, we're going to work through, some problems. I'm going to point out common mistakes, things like that, to make sure that everybody's on track. If anything says optional, that means that it's not going to be directly graded on. So like linear equations, graphing lines, things like that. We assume that you know that coming into this class, so it's optional. We're not going to cover it directly as a grade, but you definitely need to know it. So there's no homework that goes with this, but we use lines for examples for a lot of different things. So if you're a little bit rusty on that, you might want to do the optional review. And then down here, there's an optional review on interval notation. Maybe you've done that before, maybe you haven't seen it in 10 years, that it's up to you on whether or not you want to click on those, or if you want to see how you do and then go back and click on it if you get stuck. All right, so you've got the questions or the sections, you've got the weekly check, and then when we get to the tests, you're going to have reviews. We have answers to the reviews, we've got practices on quizzes, and then you're actually going to have the test. So I don't believe in tests being surprises. I want you to do the work, and then I'm going to check on the test that you know what you need to know to move on to other classes. And that's basically how the whole class is laid out. Okay, so you can see all the dates. Some of this is going to look different, like that's not published. All right, so for Pearson, the directions are in here on how to connect. For this class, I've had a beast of a time because we updated to a new edition. So when you go there, if you get there, like you should connect, go ahead and connect and make sure you get into the class. The problem is going to be that there's nothing there because the new edition did not copy over any of my stuff. And I tried to get help from Pearson, and they basically said, yeah, you're going to have to make an appointment with tech support this weekend. And I went round and round, and I just didn't want to have I didn't want to not have Pearson set up for you guys, so I just went ahead and bit the bullet. So when you look at assignments, there's no assignments because I'm going to have to do this all manually. So this is like an ongoing saga with me with Pearson for like 3 semesters now, and this is probably going to be the last semester that I use Pearson because, you guys are paying money for this, and it should make it easier for all of us, not more difficult. But anyway, I'm off on a tirade now. This will be there. I'm going to start building it out tonight, so you'll at least have the first few, the first week's homework assignments, but I'm going to have to like go in and copy everything manually. So that's probably going to take a week or two, unfortunately. But as long as you connect to Pearson and you can see the assignments page, you can see all this, you can see the assignments page, then you're good. You also have in here, some people don't know this, you have the study plan. I don't know why they call it a study plan. It's not really a plan, but it's to help you study. So if you look at the study plan, you can go in, like sometimes people ask me for extra practice problems and they're in here. So you could click on, let's see, what's one that we cover? Let's say you're struggling with chapter 4 and you want help with 4.1. And so it has all these different topics. We don't cover everything from every chapter. We definitely don't cover every chapter, but you could come in here and get some extra problems. Like let's say you're having trouble with average rate of change and it gives you extra problems. These don't affect your homework score for better or for worse, but they give you extra problems that you can practice if it's a section that you just feel like you need a little bit of extra work. So that's in the study plan that's in here. And then they also have, this is new. I haven't played around with this too much. Under e-textbook contents for each chapter, we don't do chapter 1. I don't know why I clicked on that. But if you go to the ebook, they actually have all of this stuff, which is like they have a ton more stuff now. This is new for the new edition, so this is pretty exciting. So they have videos on all this. So maybe my video doesn't make sense or you're just tired of listening to me. I won't complain. You can come in here and watch the videos that are here. And then they also have integrated review worksheets that you can come in and do. So this is all like extra material that we do chapter 3. So like chapter 3, this is one that we do. So if you had trouble like completing the square, you could come in and watch a video and do the worksheet for it. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's a new feature for this new edition. All right, so that was not as fast as I had planned, but I think we covered everything. So, or at least we've covered the basics. I highly encourage you to come in here and poke around. I'm gonna set a home page and I'm gonna send out an announcement tomorrow, now that the course is published. And so you're gonna see all this. And I hope that you guys poke around, read the syllabus, all that sort of stuff. And then if you have any questions at all, I'm available through Canvas messaging. And then also Tuesday at 5:30 we'll be online live, and that's a great way to ask questions as well, because chances are if you have a question, somebody else or probably 5 other people do as well. All right, happy start to the semester, happy new year, and I will see you guys soon.